Good morning, everyone. Hugh with the reflection for May 19th, 2020. I'd like to talk to you about growth through adversity. What do I mean by that? Have you ever noticed that in your personal life, your prayer life, your spiritual life, that all growth comes through some sort of challenge or through some form of adversity? I have. And I'm in a Bible study right now through Ascension Press. It's about the early part of the church, the first 500 years. And in there is a story about Nero, that psychopathic Roman leader who in AD 65 decided to rebuild a portion of Rome in his image. And in order to do that, he had to burn down some of Rome. But the fire got out of hand and 75% of Rome was burned to the ground. Being a good politician, he needed somebody to blame that on, and so he decided to blame it on the Christians. And to prove to Rome that he was going to be strict and not allow this to go without some sort of punishment, he either burned them at the stake or he dressed them in animals' clothes and then fed them to lions and tigers. It was atrocious. But there was something that happened that he didn't expect, which is that people started to sympathize with the Christians. They believed that they were living a good life. They believed that they were following tenets that were valuable, which is to be of service to others, to engage in almsgiving. So there was sympathy towards the Christians, and the church grew. So that's what I'd like to just suggest to you this week, that the adversity that we're experiencing with the coronavirus can be the gateway to growth. It can be a gateway to growth for us as individuals first, and then as a community, and then even throughout the rest of the world. But how do we move through adversity to growth? I want to suggest 3 words. Each one begin with the letter P. Prayer, people, process. Here's what I mean. Prayer is pretty simple. Whenever we experience adversity, is the first thing that we do, we rely on prayer, or do we rely on ourselves? Those early Christians could only rely on the faith, the belief, the deep-held belief that Christ and the apostles got it right. And the good news was that there was a Savior that was coming into their life that would protect them. So they prayed and they really grounded themselves in the gospel. Number 2, they surrounded themselves with people who were also faithful people. They had people, they had family, they had friends that they could rely on and commune with and pray with. So there was prayer, there were people, and then there was process. Now this is very practical, this third one. Anytime you go through adversity, we need a process. We need to mentally say, well, if this happens, then I will do this. And if you have a process for any time you experience adversity, you go through the process so much easier because you don't have to mentally go through any gyrations to think about what to do because you've already done it. So here's the process. Pray, talk to a friend, and then the process that I suggest is do one small, kind gesture to somebody else. Make someone's life just a little easier. So the process to get through adversity is always just to pray, to be with people, and then to make one person's life a little easier. And if you do that, you will get to the other side, which is growth. You will get to the other side where your faith is stronger, and you're going to make a difference in the world. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching these reflections. And thank you for being a member of St. Francis of Assisi Parish. God bless you, and we'll see you next week. Take care.